Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to DAV Patriots Pitch. I'm your host and director of DAV Patriot Boot Camp, Nick Brophy. DAV Patriots Pitch is a unique pitch competition which showcases top finalists from our most recent DAV Patriot Boot Camp cohort, which we held last month in Washington, D.C., thanks to our friends at Cooley LLP. Inspired by the popular TV show Shark Tank, this dynamic event brings together these entrepreneurs and a group of accomplished panelists, many of which who are investors, industry experts, and successful entrepreneurs themselves who are eager to support and invest in veteran-led and/or veteran spouse-led businesses. Thanks to DAV Patriots Pitch sponsor, the top contestant today will win $1,500 in non-dilutive capital, every entrepreneur's favorite kind of capital. The second place finisher will receive $1,000, and the veteran coming in third place will receive $500. And while we know these non-dilutive funds may provide some cushion to support their ventures, we have offered each entrepreneur intensive one-on-one coaching to improve their ability to sell their ideas to customers and future investors alike. Each contestant will have 2 minutes to pitch, and they'll take a limited number of questions from our panelists. Should they go over their allotted time, I will, in the most annoying way possible, let them know via cowbell. Actually, you may not hear it in noise canceling, but we will have a tone, rest assured. But before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to introduce our panelists for today's competition. So our first panelist, you should be prepared to be inspired because he's a warrior. Please welcome Mitchell Kiefer, American hero and data scientist mastermind. And if you don't know Mitchell, Mitchell is the CEO of Business Leaders Quick Reaction Force LLC, where he helps businesses build credit towards being business bankable. As a decorated Air Force officer, Mitchell has faced the ultimate test of courage and leadership. Wounded in action and awarded the Purple Heart, he persevered through adversity to earn a master's degree in data science. Leading high-performing teams, he's been recognized with the prestigious Lance P. Sejon Award and a multiple Company Great Officer of the Year honors. So please give a warm welcome to this extraordinary individual, Mitchell Kiefer. Mitchell?
Thank you, Nick, and I appreciate the opportunity to be involved in this. I've been to, I think, 3 or maybe 4 now DAV boot camps, and I keep coming back because I love working with these outstanding individuals. So I appreciate being a part of this, and I can't wait to see the pitches.
Awesome. Thank you, Mitchell. And our second panelist, Rebecca Antonino. Some of you out there may have met Rebecca in the past, a spouse of an Army veteran and alumni of DAV Patriot Boot Camp. She's often described as a silent doer. She is the co-founder of permits.com, and before her introduction to entrepreneurship, Rebecca led operations for a construction company that served Fortune 100 clients in 3 different states. Under her leadership, the company grew from 1 to 7 million in annual revenue. And true to form, Rebecca also co-founded ProAlert, the startup that won Techstar Startup Weekend and received funding from Iron Yard Ventures. So needless to say, she's a serial entrepreneur. Rebecca attributes her work ethic and creativity to summers at her grandparents' farm, watching her mother, who was also an entrepreneur, start her own real estate company, and also following in her father's athletic footsteps. An art and science-based education provided Rebecca with a foundation for discovering innovative solutions to business development and project management. And we want to welcome Rebecca back because we have missed her. Rebecca, it's wonderful to see you.
Great to see you, Nick. Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for asking me today. I'm excited for what DAV is about to show us and these entrepreneurs, and very excited for their futures and their new businesses. So happy to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Rebecca. Now, our last panelist, Pete Canalicchio, who's currently driving in the car, so he may not get to see his face. We want him to be safe, but you will certainly hear his voice. He is a seasoned brand strategist and entrepreneur. As an award-winning author and TEDx speaker, Pete has a deep understanding of what it takes to build a successful brand. With experience spanning from the U.S. Navy to global corporations like Coca-Cola and Newell Brands, Pete brings a wealth of knowledge and insights to the judging panel, and has also been a very dedicated mentor in DAV Patriot Boot Camp. Pete's military background instilled in him a strong sense of discipline and leadership, while his MBA from UNC Keenan-Flagler sharpened his business acumen. He's now sharing his expertise as the founder of Brand Alive, a service-disabled veteran-owned small business. We're excited to hear Pete's perspective on entrepreneurs' pitches and look forward to his expert advice. So Pete, say hi to the crowd, if you can.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, Pete. Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon. Great to be with you. Apologies for being in the car, but I'm excited about being part of the panel today and can't wait to hear the pitches, and congratulations to all the contestants.
Awesome. Thanks, Pete. Be safe. We'll hear back from you here shortly. So now on to the contest. Well, before I go there, I just want to mention that Mitchell, Rebecca, Pete, many of our other entrepreneurs and alumni and mentors that have participated in the program are living examples of the quality of instruction and mentorship available within the DAV Patriot Boot Camp ecosystem. So we're extremely grateful for them taking the time out of their day to be with us today. So let's take a moment to go over the rules. So to start this program, the first thing I'm going to do is introduce each participant by name, tell you a little bit about them. And after we do that, they'll come on the screen. And when they begin and they say their first word, so will the clock will begin as well. And then from that time, they will have 2 minutes to present before they experience the tone, the dreaded tone, whichever that might be. After their pitch, the panel will have 5 minutes or so. We'll go through the panel questions and then we'll rotate to the second and ultimately the third contestant. Once all the contestants have presented their pitches, the audience, i.e. you and everyone out there in social media land, will vote for the top 3 contestants. We'll vote for the contestants in order. And at the end, we'll announce those winners. So our first contestant, without further ado, and there's no particular order to this, is Miss Shay Houston, the visionary CEO and founder of Shay Renee Macarons and More LLC, a dedicated military spouse. Shay's on a mission to make a difference both locally and nationally through her innovative e-commerce platform. Born amidst the challenges of the pandemic, Shay Renee Macarons and More has flourished, reflecting Shay's unwavering commitment to quality, service, and leadership. But this journey began 27 years ago, driven by a desire to create more than just a brand, a transformative experience. So Shay Renee Macarons and More is a beacon of hope, offering second chances to those society has overlooked. After overcoming a decade-long battle with addiction, Shay found purpose and passion in her business. This isn't just about macarons, she says. It's about empowering others to rewrite their stories. By sharing her own story of resilience and redemption, Shay inspires us all to believe in the power of second chances. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Shay Renee.
Bonjour. My name is Shay Houston of Shay Renee Macarons and More, and I'm bringing the multi-billion-dollar desserts to you one macaron at a time. And I'm bringing this dessert from Paris right to your door. Shay Renee is one of the only authentic macaron makers providing this experience, and the only company doing it with Southern finesse, with flavors like Southern peach cobbler, Southern banana pudding, and Cinnabon. After 28 years of side hustling baked goods, I decided to legitimize Shay Renee into a purpose-driven business and giving veterans and individuals second chance opportunities. Now, the virtual doors of Shay Renee opened in 2020. And one thing about the pandemic showed us is that desserts are a recession-proof business. Shay Renee is currently up 73% to last year. Now, I'm going to tell you, one of the greatest challenges with being a minority-owned business is access to capital. But we have overcome that challenge by securing wholesale partners with some of the most prestigious businesses in Atlanta and providing dessert catering for companies like Delta Airlines and the Southeast Emmys. Now, this grant will assist us in purchasing our macaron depositor machine. This machine will help us go from making 1,000 macarons a day by hand to 6,000 a day with the machine. So I want you to know that this will catapult us from a small business to a French macaron supplier. So why don't you come and take a bite on the sweet side, where Shay Renee Macarons and More, we will bring Paris to your door.
Wow. I just love your energy. I love your energy. And so we're gonna get some questions from the panelists. So let's start with let's give Pete an opportunity to jump on, and let's start with Pete. What did Pete hear that he has a question about? Pete? Can you hear us, Pete?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. My question is around the authenticity, and great job, by the way. You say you're bringing Paris to the door. Can you articulate how you're doing that? Is there a special recipe you're bringing? Did you train under Parisian bakers? Tell me a little bit about that authenticity.
Okay, so ours are French macarons with Southern finesse. And so because we ship all over the US and we deliver all over Atlanta, that is us bringing our French macarons with Southern finesse to your door.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Mitchell, what do you have for Shay?
So I heard you increased by 73% last year, which is great. I'm a data-minded sort of person. So kind of what metrics are you going to use to measure success for your macaron solutions?
Well, the metrics that we are currently using is one of the fact that I do have on the back side of my website, it tells me how much that I'm doing as far as with sales through the website. But I also have some exceptional inventory management going on that definitely helps me to be able to identify not only the macarons, but individual macarons and how much they're selling.
Excellent.
Okay, lastly, let's roll over to Rebecca. What question do you have, Rebecca, for Shay?
Well, first, excellent presentation. It was wonderful. Energy was super. So I guess I'm going to piggyback a little bit on Mitchell about the metrics. And you said you went up 73% from last year, but what was the original amount of, like, when did you start making profit? And how are you going to raise enough capital to say to get that 73 to 100%?
Okay, so like thank you so much. So one of the ways that we're going to increase is by continuing to follow our 12-month action plan, which is to secure additional wholesale partners, along with getting on the shelves of local grocery stores and specialty markets, along with going into luxury hotel gift shops. So that is what's going to help us to get us to that revenue piece. Now, last year, we closed out last year at 83,000, right? And so we are already right at surpassing that, and we are just in November, and our sales so far have been through the roof this past week, and we have December to go. So I do not see us having a problem exceeding that goal this year.
Excellent. Tough questions. I'll open it up to the judging panel or the panelists one more time and see if there's any other panelist that has a question before we move on to the next contestant.
I could follow up if it's okay.
Please.
Hey, Shay, do you plan on working just with the partnerships and stores? Or are you going to raise capital to maybe open your own kitchen? Do you have a kitchen location, and how's that thought process?
Okay, thank you. So currently I am in a private production kitchen. And yes, I do plan on raising more capital with future investors. But we do want to keep manufacturing in-house. And so therefore, we're going to continue partnerships. I mean, that's just how I've been doing it. However, I will be welcoming some investors at some point so that I'm able to scale and become a global company.
All right. Well, if you're out there listening in social media land, you heard it here. She's looking for investors, and you got a first chance to see Shay and her pitch here on DAV Patriots Pitch. So Shay, thank you very much for your pitch.
Thank
And
you.
good luck on the rest of this this competition. All right,
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, of course. So we're gonna roll into the next contestant, or in this case, contestants. So welcoming Frederick and Anna Marie Griffin, the visionary founders of Ebony Tree Farms. As a seasoned entrepreneur and passionate advocate for social justice, Frederick has dedicated his life to empowering communities and improving access to healthy food. His innovative community-based distribution food system model is revolutionizing the way we think about food production and distribution, particularly in underserved areas. Joining forces with Anna Maria and dedicated advocate for sustainable agriculture, they've established Ebony Tree Farms as a thriving social enterprise. Together, they're not only growing nutritious foods, but also creating jobs, fostering economic development, and building stronger communities. So we're eager to hear their inspiring story and learn more about how they're transforming the food system one farm at a time. So without further ado, Frederick and Anna Marie Griffin. Griffins, fire away, and remember, the timer starts when you do.
Changing the world starts with the food on our plate. In the United States, 20 million families, including 5 million children, are food insecure, impacting their health, their education, job security. Traditional food sources are slow to grow, vulnerable to the environment, and the factors that affect them have a direct impact on their nutrition. Then that also contributes to obesity-related cancers and health issues. Good day. I am Anna Griffin, co-founder of Ebony Tree Farms. We provide micro farms designed to foster food security with impact. Our micro farms are developed and are 5 times faster than the normal harvesting rate when we produce food that is 3 times more nutrient dense. We provide a process that is protected from the element, and our systems contribute to reducing those obesities and cancer rates, ultimately fostering better health and economic performance.
Hi, I'm Fred Griffin. Anna's the soul, and I'm the science of social change. Now, our social model is a network of micro farms serving as hyperlocal economies, but our revenue model is selling those micro farm units, service plans, and wellness workshops. To scale our operations, we want to enter to the market of specialty herbs and greens, which is projected to reach 400 million by 2030. So far, we've secured partnerships with key players in public health, energy, agriculture, and the environment. We've also earned a grant from USDA, and we've been extended an offer to plant our flagship in Waynesboro, Georgia. With a $500,000 seed investment by year 5, we aim to empower 100,000 families, create 200 jobs, and reduce our carbon footprint by 50%.
Thank you both for that. We went over just a little bit, but not as annoying as the cowbell, am I right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's turn it over to our panel, and this time we're going to go ahead and start with Mitchell. Mitchell, what questions do you have for Ebony Tree Farms?
So I heard a lot of great things, and first off, the ability for your farms to create things 5 times as fast. Like, how is that actually done, or is that like a secret sauce recipe that can't be told over this?
I would say no, there is no secret sauce to hydroponics, controlled environmental agriculture.
Right. So whereas a traditional farmer is limited to seasons when they harvest, with our indoor systems, we can harvest up to 15 times a year, depends upon what we're growing, because it's all indoors. We're using our own grow fiber, and we're circulating water 365 days, 24 hours a day in the system. It allows us to grow faster.
Excellent.
Wow. Okay. Rebecca Antonino, what questions do you have? Because I know that you have some.
Yeah, great presentation, by the way. Just want to share that up front. So when you say the micro farms, are these the items that can be shipped to somebody's home, Or is this something that is going to be sent to a group, a school? And if so, if it's a small unit that's being shipped to a home, what's the price cost? And how are you financing that piece of it?
I'll take the first part. So these are systems that we like to deploy to organizations, because one of the pieces of what we do is also teach value added products. So we help an organization in an underserved or marginalized community create and establish a microfarm system within their organization.
And so the microfarms, they're customized. It takes up about a 4 to 3.5 foot footprint, and the starting price is at $3,000 for a basic unit.
And can I continue on with
Yeah,
one
yeah,
follow-up?
please.
So how many units have you sold? And where have they gone to? And have you gotten any feedback from your initial customers?
My goodness. Okay. Yes. We actually delve very deeply into the research and development portion of this work as well. So we have one system at the Georgia Cancer Center, and we work very closely with the cancer research doctor there and help provide his produce. And then we also have one at an organization called Walton Options, and their assisted living organization for those who may not have the same, I would say, challenges in just functioning in their day-to-day life. And so we like to have systems there and places like that. And we're in talks to put some in school system in Burke County to kind of to disrupt the pipeline to prison pathway as well. So
And through our work on the grant, we're structured to deploy an additional 5 systems in our area here, in addition to working with Augusta University in the Savannah area.
yes.
So in essence, the grant is funding the placement and the locations. You haven't necessarily sold a unit yet. You're still in beta per se, correct?
No, actually, we have sold 2 units.
We've sold
Yeah.
2. And in the process of selling 5 more to Savannah's campus that is affiliated with Augusta University.
Excellent. I'm sorry, I don't want to take up all the time.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you, Rebecca. That's why we invited her, so she asks tough questions.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. I know Pete's dying to ask a few questions too. So Pete, come off of mute and give us your best.
Great presentation. Thank you so much. My question is, as it relates to your target audience, which I understand are these small organizations, can you tell us why your product solution is better than the competition? And if so, what are your authoritative metrics that you can give that prove that it is better?
So in this space, many people have the choice to go to a smaller tabletop or a home size unit, or go up to a container farm system, which is cost prohibitive. Our sweet spot being a smaller unit, we can deploy quickly. We can deploy at a smaller price point, and we're customizable to however many layers the system needs to drive whatever opportunities that the organization wants to accomplish when it comes to public health or food insecurity or environmental justice.
And the matrix that we use is really about how that community grows, how healthy, the academic improvements of this student, how the elderly are now functioning, what is the economic growth in that area simply by changing the food on one's plate. Again, my background in sociology allows me to intersect these things into the social determinants of a community. And as it relates to how we might be better than the competition, I wouldn't say we're better. I would say we're just different. We are a socially leaning organization, public benefits. We benefit the public. in every aspect, people and planet over profit.
Excellent answer. Thank you so much.
Great.
You're welcome.
Well, if there's, we got time for another question. If any of the other panelists have another question for Ebony Tree Farms, the team, I'll open it up. Mitchell or Rebecca.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a little bit more fidelity about your long-term plan. You said you were going to go into greens, and could you go a little further into that, like who you're going to supply and why that route? I myself believe in greens, so I'm with you there. But
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. And
Yes.
for us, we're doing very well on the social impact side. We know that as a benefits corporation, it's no margin, no mission. So we wanted to get in space where we can generate enough revenue to take 2% of that and put it back into our social programs.
Yes.
And for us, the most lucrative part of that is the organic market when it comes to produce. Based on our studies, all it takes for an average adult human is to eat 10 cups of leafy greens a week to see some noticeable health improvements.
Yes.
So we're leaning in that direction because we want to encourage the health improvements. We know microgreens are popular, not only in restaurants, but also in niche markets.
Mhm.
And we want to take that and push it into restaurants. And we're also looking to make bulk sales with schools, with prisons, and with hospitals.
very good.
Great. Great. Well, thank you, team, for your excellent pitch. And speaking of health benefits, we're rolling into our third contestant, also working in the health space. Please welcome Rebecca Edmondson, a dedicated physician and community leader. As the founder of Priority Medical Group, Rebecca is committed to providing personalized healthcare that addresses the root cause of illness. With a focus on genetics, nutrition, and regenerative medicine, she helps patients achieve optimal health and well-being. And this is inspired by her father's military service and her husband's experience as a veteran. Rebecca is passionate about improving the lives of other veterans. She's dedicated to providing high-quality care and empowering her community through education and mentorship. And so I personally am excited to hear more about her innovative approach to healthcare and her vision for the future of medicine. So without further ado, Rebecca, welcome to Patriots Pitch.
Welcome. Thank you. It's nice to have you invite me. Imagine a healthcare model where patients are not treated for their symptoms, but they are cared for as whole individuals. So I'm Rebecca Edmondson. I'm the founder of Priority Medical Group. I have a primary care practice that embraces this very philosophy. 3 years ago, I left corporate medicine, frustrated by a system that often overlooked the root causes of health issues. And my own battle with autoimmune disease and kidney disease opened my eyes to the limitations of conventional treatments. Through personal focus on genetics and individualized dietary plans, I achieved complete remission of my kidney disease. This journey ignited my passion to help others find their paths to healing. So at Priority Medical Group, we create custom treatment plans that prioritize the patient's unique genetic makeup. Our innovative approach combines dietary recommendations with advanced regenerative medicine techniques such as platelet-rich plasma, stem cell therapy to effectively tackle chronic health conditions. With nearly 5 years experience in this field, I've seen my patients transform significantly, and it's improved their overall quality of life. Beyond my clinical work, I do have a deep commitment to the veterans, like he was saying, with my husband as a disabled veteran and my father dying of lung cancer after being a Navy veteran. I understand the unique challenges that's faced by this community. And so at Priority Medical Group, we're dedicated to provide specialized care for veterans, ensuring that they receive support they deserve. But my mission doesn't just stop there or start there. At our clinic, as we start to grow, my commitment of mentoring the next generation of medical professionals, encouraging them to prioritize the disease prevention and holistic care.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that very important work as well. So let's turn to our panel. And I'm going to start with the other Rebecca, Rebecca Antonino, and start with her and see what questions she has for Priority Medical Group.
Hi, thank you, other Rebecca, the other Rebecca. Great presentation.
Thank you.
Love what you're doing. I think it's so important that instead of being cared for by the symptoms, that we really get to the root of the challenges that we're having in our healthcare system. So I heard clinic, and do you have one location?
I do. I have one location currently. In the future, I would love to be able to mentor, almost even do like a franchise where I can help these young entrepreneurs embrace this holistic approach and help them, not just mentor them on thinking outside the box and using genetics to help them prevent diseases or help start to heal the body. But I'd like to be able to help them build their own business and help them take back from the corporate medicine world and try to get more private practice out there where we have more autonomy to treat the patient like they deserve to be treated.
So are you currently treating patients and now you want to franchise that model elsewhere? And hang on before you answer, because I know you're excited. Is telehealth part come into play in any part of your plan?
So currently we have 2,000 patients on our one location, but we have such a long waiting list that that's what's made me reach out to our PA program. If I can get them to mentor under me, I will be able to find those unique individuals. So they'll come and train with me, and finding those people with like-minded thought processes will branch out. Now, that would include using some of those people who would like to do more of the telehealth and health coaching and that sort of thing. A lot of what we can do, I would call it complementary medicine, where they could still see their primary care provider even. And we're just going to help them understand how to look at their genetics, what are their special needs as far as vitamins and nutrition, less about vitamins, more nutrition, and then help them develop a process where they can promote their own healing. But we get a lot of patients, they come in and then their family members all come in, because it really seems to be after you help one person with with the genetic underlining part, you start to see them help everybody in their family. So I just love the fact that the family dynamics coming together and learning about their genes and how they can help even their future generations.
Excellent. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Pete, are you there? Pete, are you there? Please come on and ask a question, please.
Good afternoon. I'm here. Really exciting stuff, Rebecca. I am a huge fan of Dr. Peter Attia's book, Outlive. So the idea of maintaining health till you die is really important to me. So my question is, and you kind of sort of answered it, but you have 2,000 patients right now. It doesn't sound like you have an issue reaching your patients, although I'm curious how you do that. And then the second question is, if you're trying to franchise, how are you going to tell your story to your target audience? And then I have a follow-up question after that.
So, yeah, I see them locally in the office now. Although we do some telehealth with extended family members outside of that. As far as the how do I reach? I guess I don't understand the question.
How are you found 2,000 patients? How did you do that? Like, what was your marketing approach?
Yeah, that's actually a little a good story, but I was working for a corporation that took care of a factory of their family and of the employees and their family, and they ended up getting bought out, and so I lost my non-compete clause and was able to move my practice about 5 miles down the road, and was able to open the door with actually a full practice, who all love that approach of treating the underlying condition. And most of them have very physical jobs, so they are really looking at that anti-aging. I don't want to work forever and then retire and not be able to do anything with this like torn up body of ours, And so a lot of our patients feedback is that they've actually feel like they've aged backwards since they've learned how to feed their body correctly.
So as a follow-up, it sounds like you had a group of patients and now you're helping them be healthier. So the question I have then is, how will you grow your base of patients? I heard you talk about word of mouth, and that's phenomenal. That's probably the best way to grow. But for those beyond that, are you thinking you're going to grow via adding franchisees to your platform, or are you going to try to reach more prospective patients who can benefit from your new way of treating their health and well-being?
Great question. I really would like to influence other practitioners. And so it's really not about keeping the secret here. I really would like to spread the word on the difference you can make in autoimmune disease, mood disorders, cancers, weight gain, whatever. I'd like to be able to teach more practitioners to do what I'm doing, let them see the benefits and kind of grow that way. And so I feel like it'll just, I mean, so far so good. I haven't had to do much advertising. I think it's word of mouth. It spreads really quick. We're sitting on about 100 patient waiting list to get into the practice. So it's more about getting more practitioners in with us with the like-minded thought process of thinking outside the box.
Okay, sounds great. What a great problem to have, and good luck to you. That's wonderful.
All right, thanks, Pete. Mitchell, yeah?
Yeah.
Any questions for Rebecca?
To kind of continue what Pete was going off of and growing and whatnot, what do you feel are the biggest barriers to growth? Like, is it credit capital? Is it staffing? And how are you gonna address those issues?
The biggest barriers to growth is probably not enough hours in the day, but I'm gonna have to build an army, right? You know, I'm gonna have to be able to teach what we do and grow on a level of having more clinics that use this method. And I mean, I guess my barrier is it makes me a little nervous to go telehealth, and I'm scared we're going to lose that connection as far as not being in person. But I hope to be able to grow and learn a better technique that we could do more across the world, you know, more telehealth as far as that part goes. I think more people are tech savvy than I am, but if I got somebody on my team that was willing to do the tech savvy part and interact with our patients through telehealth, I think that would be a great way to do some growth.
Roger that.
Excellent. Well, it wasn't intended, Rebecca, but you have 3 health conscious people on the panel, and so they had some tough questions for you, but
that's all right.
Wonderful presentation. All right, so I'll give another opportunity if there's any last questions from the panel, since we have time before we get going with the voting. Any last questions for Rebecca?
I would like to jump in with one other one.
Yeah.
So you just mentioned about barrier to growth is teaching and training an army to do what you do. Is there anything proprietary or any way to protect what your secret sauce is currently?
I don't know. There's a lot of humans in this world. I don't know if I'm scared for other people to know what I do and do it like I do. I think I'd be honored and happy to share everything I can do, because let's be honest, I don't think we're going to run out of health problems, and we've only gotten worse over the years. So to me, I think what we should be doing is actually educating our patients and their families and other practitioners. And then we've got to change this healthcare system. We cannot just keep treating symptoms. It's nice to be able to treat symptoms. Don't get me wrong. My medical degree is not without any help. You know, we can put a Band-Aid on it while we're trying to fix the underlying condition. But I think what we're doing right now, standard of care medicine literally taught me in school, if I use textbook medicine, that I will never lose a lawsuit. And I think if we start to treat our patients like they want to be treated, it's not going to be about a lawsuit. They're going to be so happy to see that they're being cared for appropriately that it's going to be a breath of fresh air for them. So No, I'm not worried about putting a patent or anything on it. I just wish that one day I would love to get some finances back from all the hard work we're doing. But I think if I just did what I did and made people feel better, I think I'd be just as happy with it, you know.
Yeah. Anything else? Rebecca Antonino? Did we still have her? Did we lose her?
I'm good. I'm here. Excellent. Thank you, Rebecca. Loved your answer. Rather help people than worry about finding a patent to keep it secret. That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, with that, for those of you who are out watching this live, now is the time to vote. So in your social media platform, wherever that might be, there should be a link dropped in there that takes you to a survey where you can cast your vote. So we're going to give you a few minutes to do that. And while you're doing that, I think that's out there right now. It's posted for you to go ahead and vote. And that includes our panelists. We'll rack up several votes out there from all of you. And please take the moment to do that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go through a couple of quick announcements. So first, I do want to thank our panelists. So this is a really significant commitment from them, volunteers, and Mitchell, Rebecca, and Pete. You know, they're busy. They've got businesses to run and things to do. And heck, Pete's stuck in traffic. So we're really happy that even though you have your own things that you're doing, that you've taken the time to volunteer and contribute your valuable expertise to these entrepreneurs. So thank you all for doing that. Really appreciate it. And I don't think we can do it without you. Secondly, our contestants. You know, we want to thank you not only for believing in DAV Patriot Boot Camp and attending a cohort, but putting yourself out there in the cohort to participate in the competition within the cohort and ultimately be selected by your peer group to come here on DAV Patriots Pitch today. So really thank you for, again, taking that time, putting yourself out there, you know, embracing the uncomfortable, if you will, and coming out here and pitching in this live event today. And congratulations to all of you. And then lastly, well, not lastly, but thirdly, we want to thank our proud sponsors of our Patriots Pitch event, T-Mobile. I mentioned them in the beginning, but you know, they've really taken a step to invest in our veteran entrepreneurs through for the pitch competition. So I want to throw out a special shout out to our friends over at T-Mobile. They've been wonderful partners of ours and helping entrepreneurs' dreams get funded and come true. And then last but not least, for all of those of you who are taking your time out of your busy day, whether you're an entrepreneur, a veteran or not, a veteran spouse or not, or if you're just generally interested in pitch competitions, whoever that might be, we're really grateful that you've tuned in to us today to support each of these entrepreneurs. I did see in the registration list, there's many of our alumni out there. So thank you for all of our alumni who support us as well. And that's one of the things we love most about the DAV Patriot Boot Camp community is how we encourage and support one another through this companionship, this community. If you have never heard of DAV Patriot Boot Camp and you're tuned in, thank you. So if you're looking to learn more about the program, please visit us at patriotbootcamp.org. You can also follow us on LinkedIn or Facebook. I think we're on Instagram under DAV Patriot Boot Camp as well. And if you're a gamer and you want to connect on Twitch, you can connect with DAV on Twitch as well. We do have applications open for our next cohort, which is in February. So not that far away from now. So if you're interested in attending a cohort, please visit our website to apply. But during that program, you'll have a chance to work on your blueprint of your business alongside other entrepreneurs who are just experiencing the same challenges you probably are, which is in most cases is feeling alone at this time. So you'll also have the opportunity to compete for a chance to win money in a DAV Patriots pitch competition similar to this. So thousands of non-dilutive funds, just like you're seeing here today. And lastly, you'll have the unique opportunity to receive mentorship and build your community before you need it. And just as an example of that, 100% of our participants from our last cohort, and again, to remind you, these 3 contestants are from the last cohort, said they would attend another event again in the future, and or recommend it to a friend. And we hope that that's really true. And we believe that that's really true. So we encourage you to apply as seats are limited and they do fill up quickly. Also, outside of DAV Patriot Boot Camp, we want to thank all those who have supported the DAV 5K, which we had last weekend, but also runs through the end of November, where you can donate, raise funds for your DAV 5K team. So far, we've been able to raise $440,000 or so. And doing so, I know Rebecca Edmondson on the call had raised something for her team, raised a good portion for her team. So thank you all for those of you who are sticking your neck out there and raising the funds. If you're looking to learn more about that, visit support.dav.org. And this is actually the last announcement. So lastly, if you are a veteran looking for support, getting your service connection benefits, DAV, in my opinion, are the experts, the resident experts, and we can get you started. So if you really want to get connected, go to benefitsquestions.org. And so the time has officially come to announce our final standings. And so the proverbial drum roll, please. Our second runner-up, which would be the winner of $500, is Frederick and Anna Maria with Ebony Tree Farm. So round of applause for you guys and gals out there. Thank you for that. Our first runner-up, i.e. the winner of $1,000, is Rebecca Edmondson, Priority Medical Group. Congratulations, Rebecca, for that. And then our winner is Shea Houston, Shea Renee Macarons and More, LLC, and the winner of $1,500. So round of applause. Thank you all. And congratulations to each and every one of you. And again, thank you all for your time today, DAV Patriots Pitch. We wish all of you the best of luck. We wish our mentors, our participants, our panelists, etc., the best of luck as they take on their exciting ventures. And then we hope for our contestants today that these funds will help play a part, even if it's just a small part, in your overall success. So until next time, everybody, activate, mentor, create, and grow. Patriot 6 out.